Hi, I'm going to add push notifications to a group chat app. The app uses Supabase as the backend. Before we create the notifications, let's quickly look at the database structure. It has a users table, a groups table, a group members table, and a messages table. I'm going to use Entrig, a push notifications tool built specifically for Supabase that sends notifications based on database triggers. Let's get started. I've already signed in, so as a first step, I'll connect Supabase and quickly add the FCM and APNs setup. Now the Entrig project is created. Let's integrate it with our app. For that, I'm going to use Agent Skills. Let's open the Agent Skills docs. I'll copy the command and run it in VS Code. Just make sure we have the .claude folder, since we're using Claude Code. I'll select the skills I need, Entrig Flutter and Entrig MCP, and pick the right options. Let's check the skills file. Now I'm going to integrate the Entrig SDK with Claude using the skills. I'm using Sonnet for this. I'll use the / to find the skills, and it shows Entrig Flutter. I'm selecting it. It checks the project and asks for the Entrig API key. I'll grab it from the dashboard settings, copy it, and give it to Claude. It's preparing the tasks. It's adding the package and doing the iOS setup needed for push notifications. After that, it creates tasks for the app side setup. Initializing, registering the token, and listening for notifications. Now it runs pod install. Everything is ready to receive notifications. Let's test from the dashboard to check whether the SDK is integrated correctly. First, I'll rerun the app and log in to register the device token. I'm logging in on both Android and iOS devices. After login, it asks for notification permission. Let's tap Allow. Now both devices are logged in. I'll go to the dashboard, and under Test Push, I can see the two devices. Let me send a test notification to Android first. Let's check the device. We received the test notification. I'll do the same for iOS. Now both Android and iOS receive notifications successfully. Now let's set up the MCP server so we can create notifications right from Claude Code. I'll use the Entrig MCP skill to set up the MCP. I'm going to set it up at the project level. It adds the setup, and I'll just add the Entrig API key. The MCP setup is done. To use it, I'll start a new session in a new terminal. I'll start Claude, and it asks about using the new MCP server. I'll allow it. Then I'll check whether it shows up under MCP. Entrig MCP is showing with 8 tools. Let's create a notification using the MCP. I'm going to create a notification for when someone joins a group. Notify the group owner. It calls the Entrig tools. I'm allowing it. It checks the tables and drafts the notification. I'll proceed with it. The notification is created successfully, and it also updates the app to handle the notification on tap. Now let's check the created notification in the dashboard. I'm refreshing it. We can see the notification. Let's test it. I have iOS and Android, and I'll open the app on both devices. I'm creating a new group from iOS. I'll refresh on Android, and the new group appears in the list. Now I'll put the iOS app in the background to test that it receives the notification and join the new group from Android. The notification appears on iOS. Tapping it opens the relevant chat screen. Now we'll create another notification, this time for when someone sends a message in a group. Notify all the group members. It calls the Entrig tools and drafts the notification. It also figures out to exclude the sender from receiving the notification. I'll proceed with it. It created the notification and handled the notification tap as well. Let's check the dashboard. I'm refreshing, and we can see the notification created for the Messages table on the Insert event. Let's test the second notification. This time, I'll put the Android app in the background and send a message from iOS. The Android side receives the notification. Tapping it takes us to the relevant chat screen. That's it. Now it's easy to create and manage notifications right from Claude Code.